Hey everybody, welcome to Sew with Joe. Today we're picking up where we left off last time with a little bit of a change. I had some technical difficulties, so one of my episodes was lost. And in that episode, we stitched across the top here. And just so you don't feel too out of place, what I'll do is finish the stitch along the top, and it might not break your world too badly. Try to keep some continuity. Yeah, I was experimenting with a microphone, and it did not work out. Still using my bent needle. A little bit tougher to thread the needle when the eye is mostly shut. And it still works. And that's okay. First stitch in and set. So what I talked about last time is I made a whole bunch of different patches, just stuff that I came up with on my own. And this is one that it's not that important. And I think that's a good thing to keep in mind when you're faced with a bad situation. Something doesn't quite go right. So you're freaking out about it, and sit back and just think, is it really that big a deal? Like in the big picture of things, when is it a life or death thing? Is it, completely gonna destroy my life, or is it just some little thing? And most of the time it's just some little thing, and it's not that important. Of course, there are always important things. Most of the time, whatever you are worrying your pretty little head about is not that important. Everybody gets so stuck in their own minds, and I am quite the victim of this myself. Just get stuck in your own brain, and your entire world is your mind. Say that again. Your entire world is your mind. So if your mind is squarely focused on this one tiny little thing having to be absolutely perfect, and there's one tiny little thing wrong and your world just collapses, open your mind. Open your mind and realize that there's so much more than what is happening in this moment. That whatever you're freaking out about is not that important. And if you are watching and you are subscribed, I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. I'm very interested to see who's watching these videos. I know a few people that do devoutly, and I appreciate them. I just want to see who else is out there, who else is actually listening this far into the video. And I realize it's not that important, but it is a curiosity, and it's not a negative curiosity. So I'm allowing myself to go with it. That's the other thing. A lot of things aren't very important, but it's the importance that you put on them, right? Like I was saying, it's all what's in your mind. Example of that would be, my wife got a message from my mom the other day, and apparently the helicopter ambulance had flown overhead and was heading somewhere in the general direction of our residence. And like, not that she lives next door and was seeing it land in our yard. It was like in a different town, many, many kilometers away. Not as many miles, many kilometers away. And she messaged and said, "Are you guys okay? Is the ambulance picking you guys up?" And didn't get an immediate response. You know, you don't always have your phone on you. And message back like multiple question marks and exclamation marks and whatever. "Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay?" You know, just like you can tell, you could feel the panic. You could feel that she was stuck in her mind that something terrible was happening to her children. Based on a helicopter ambulance flying overhead. And that is how hung up you can get in your own mind. Because when you think about it, couple things. The odds of that ambulance being for us are minuscule. So to actually have that much panic for something like that is just unnecessary and not good for you. You know, it's not healthy to be stressed that badly over every little situation like that. And it's just where her mind is at, and that's where it's always been. And if she would expand her mind a bit and think about the realities of the situation, you know, A, minuscule chances, B, if it was us, we would not be able to text her back anyway, because we would be in an ambulance. And if we were injured and one of us was able to message, she would be either the first or one of the first to know. Probably message my dad first because he wouldn't panic. But it's, you know, I guess she just doesn't think of these things and gets so trapped in her own mind that it becomes panic and anxiety, and she seems to think it's normal. Mom, if you're listening, I love you. I really do. It's not normal to stress that much. Or to react that way is not normal. And reacting that way stresses us out as well. Like, you know, then we feel that we can't put our phones down and walk away, because if we don't immediately respond, then you're panicking and it's negatively affecting your mental health. And if you're not panicking, it sure comes across that way. Yeah, just using that as an example, though I'm not meaning to pick on anyone, just as an example of how trapped you can get in your own mind. Like yesterday, I was focused on something absolutely unimportant. I just had unanswered questions in my brain, and they wouldn't let go. And it just consumes you. You know, you get completely enveloped in your own mind. And you gotta think, like, whatever that tiny little detail of your life is not that important. It's not that important. You know, even if it affects, you know, some sort of dynamic of a friendship or situation or whatever, is that even that important? You know what I mean? Like, it's not. So, just leave things be. That's what I have to remember for myself. Just leave stuff alone. Whatever happens is supposed to happen. It's just sometimes too when you want to help someone out and you get distracted by their situation and their needs not being met and things that they need to do. But if they're not reaching out to you, what can you do? Like, a lot of people don't want help. Or would be just too proud and stubborn to accept it. Or awkward, or feel undeserving. So many situations. Well, I thought I might be able to stretch that thread, but not quite. Chillier in here this morning. I got the Scam Jam shirt today. I'm so thankful for my bifocals, because now I can thread needles again without needing readers. And I don't like wearing glasses. I really don't. It's just they help. So what I had been doing is I had glasses which were not a good prescription at all, and I was using readers, and my readers were everywhere. I had like multiple pair just strewn about. And you can never find them. And sometimes you need the stronger. I think I had anywhere from I think a 1.75 to a 3 or 3.5, depending on what I was trying to read. So you can never quite find the right ones. I can feel going through this material here, as this back piece is going to have to be done connecting between here and here, because this material right here is getting very threadbare. Once that starts to let go, we'll need a patch in here. Not this time, it's not open, don't need it to wear it, so we'll do it next time. Wear them for a little while. I'm looking forward to wearing these. I don't really wear these a whole lot, just they're one of the newer pair that I have. My two main pair are old American company jeans, and these are WHO warehouse ones when they switched over to the WHO brand. It was right when I bought these, so you can, if you want to do the research, you can figure out when I bought these. Um, and I don't like them as much. The main thing being the pockets. The pockets are short, and I'm going to remedy that with pocket extensions, possibly next episode. Oh, and I was going to ask you guys something. For the t-shirts I'm wearing, I'm always wearing stuff from from Scamskate. They're good friends of mine, and I love their character t-shirts. Would you rather see just the character t-shirts back here, or are you okay with seeing the different like Scam logo shirts and stuff too? I was kind of using the Scam characters as the face of So With Joe kind of thing, because then I don't have to worry about what my face is doing. Just do make it about the sewing, not about the joeing. I can't believe I just said that. It just came to me. But I guess when you have So With Joe, it's either about sewing or joeing. So try to focus on the sewing. But yeah, let me know. Do you prefer the character t-shirts? Do you mind? Are you okay seeing the other Scam shirts? If you're interested in Scam shirts, scamskate.com. Simple as that sounds, scamskate.com. Their t-shirts are usually like a limited run. They have some pretty cool stuff in right now. But yeah, check it out. And they make all their own boards, skateboards and longboards in-house. So if you're into that, you know, small business, locally owned. Yeah, good guys, really good guys. This is not a paid advertisement. They're just amazing people. And something I find is important with a blanket stitch is tightening it up in between. When you do a thread, tighten it up because it kind of links into all the other ones and will snug everything up. That's one of the things I like about it, is that it does link into everything else well, and it supports, like the threads support each other well. It's like a webbing almost. It's just 1,000 miles of half-hitch knots. 1,000 miles of half-hitch knots. I think there's only going to be one person that in the world that is going to get that reference, and it's going to be my wife. Stuff getting through those seams. You end up with like 8 layers of material. Some spots. It's crazy. And I did cut out, if you didn't see it, I did cut out this part of the pocket. I rarely cut out pieces of my jeans, but with the pockets, they end up getting too bulky. Because especially when they're torn, this ends up just getting all shredded and puffed up like this, and then it gets too bulky. So I do cut those pieces out. I rarely cut pieces out. Sometimes I reuse them, but usually by that time they're so worn and threadbare that you can't really reuse them. I wonder if I've tagged my videos frugal yet, as that I think would apply. And then I started giving myself crap. It's like, yeah, sure, Joe, you're sitting there in a $100 sweater and you're talking about being frugal. Well, this sweater is amazing, and I got it on sale, and I got it at the closing out sale of a skate shop that I had gone to for a long time. So every once in a while I do spend a little bit of money, but it was a very good sale. Something new. Scam Jam shirts, try to support the guys a bit. They do so much for the community. So yeah, there we have it. I think our back pocket's done. If there's any little thing that I missed, it's not that important, because I can get it next time, or odds are jeans won't fall apart if I missed a stitch somewhere. So I hope you like the it's not that important theme. If you didn't, it's not that important. I've got hundreds of these, by the way, so if you want one, let me know. I do have them on eBay, but I'll send one directly to you if you message me. Yeah, there we have it. Slightly out of place colored pocket, but dang it, I've got a pocket. And these I think were from a pair of coveralls, so they should be pretty sturdy, last for a while. From the inside, there's that stitch inside the pocket and above the pocket, and yeah, there we have it. Now, one thing I think I'm going to do probably next time, give you a sneak peek, is this patch, this Harley patch, was on here before, and it was over this corner. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back and use it to tie the pocket and this patch together, like so, because this is going to be a weak spot. This is some material that I got when I was in Amsterdam, or when Sarah and I were in Amsterdam, and it's quite thin. It's quite thin. I did double it up here, because it just tears really easily. So I'm trying not to use that for structural anymore, just more for like ventilation purposes, to be, for complete disclosure. Because a lot of places, like where you have, pardon, where you have the knees, they blow out real easy, right? So areas of knees, I'm learning to use either denim or patch material. You don't want to use like actual patches like this stuff, because then when you're kneeling on it, you've got little lumps and the ridges and everything. So what you want to do is just put in sub replacement panels, where you'll use either denim or corduroy or some ripstop or something that's actually going to last in the knee, or you double it up or something like that, and then you just let this open up and reveal what's underneath, and that actually adds more protection to the knee as well, and I think looks really cool. Next time, little patch, time after that, I'm thinking pocket extensions. Pocket extensions will probably take a couple episodes. I'm really looking forward to adding up how many hours I have in this sew repair job. So I think after that, I might be ready to try wearing them for a bit. I've got some little rips in some of my other ones, and I've got a large pile of sewing projects. So if you want to hang out with me, we can do this for a while. Still lots of thread. Lots of thread. If you don't mind red. A little bit more white. And then probably another, what, 50 spools kicking around. We're good for a while. Thanks a lot for joining me. I already had my cookie this morning earlier. It's not my routine day, so my apologies. Things went a little sideways with technical difficulties on that last episode. So thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. I appreciate the time we get to spend together. Keep on chilling. I hope you had your cookie. Peace.